Hey everybody, and I'm glad you're here for our virtual training video for Rock and Bold at Trinity Lutheran Church. If you're getting this video, it means that you missed our in-person training, but that's okay. We're going to get you caught up today. So thanks for spending a little bit of time with us. While we were all together, we played a little bit of a game with M&Ms. So if you happen to have any M&Ms in your house, now's the time to go get them and scoop a cup for yourself. And if you don't, you can just play along and pretend that you have M&Ms. So look at the colors in your cup and which is the color that you have the most of. That color represents a question that we're going to have you answer with those around you right now, or if you're at home, you can answer to yourself and think about it. So if you have the most red, you want to share something about your childhood. If you have the most orange, something that you do well. If yellow is your prominent color, something that you have learned. Green, something that you watch or listen to. Blue, something you can't live without. And brown, something that happened yesterday. So take a few minutes to think about or talk over these questions with people that are there with you. So just like we all had different answers to those questions and different colors to choose from, we are all unique. Every single one of us has a life experience that's different from another person. And that's what makes you a really good teacher with our church. So always try to be yourself. Don't be someone that you're not. God has gifted you with experiences and life that is meant to teach and lead. So use those because your kids will really see the difference and appreciate it. When all else fails, just know, be in the moment with the kids and have fun. So we're trying to build a lot of arts and sciences into our lesson plans. If it doesn't work, so what? It doesn't work. Let's move on and do something fun. Just always have a backup plan and don't worry if the lesson doesn't go like you thought it would. Take time to prepare for your lessons. So a lot of our lessons have tons of options. So you need to take the time to see what would work for your kids in your classroom and your style of teaching. So don't wait till Saturday night to plan because you might have a hard time pulling it together. Give yourself a little bit more time. Start early in the week. Communicate with me if you need help and I'll be happy to get you things that you need or help you put things together. So our lessons are located in places that are easy for you to find. So if you like having a paper copy of your lesson, you can find that right in the main office of the church in the area that we have pictured here. All the binders have the lessons that you will need for the year, and you can pull it out, photocopy what you need, take the pieces that you like, and put the rest back. We also have a huge selection of coloring books and game books and quiz books and all kinds of things that you can use in your classroom. And feel free to copy what you need. Just keep the original books here for other people to use them too, but we have a copier right there for you to make copies of anything you think your class would like. We also have all of our lessons online, so you can use your iPad or your computer or your phone to do your lesson planning wherever you are throughout the week. So these are the URLs that you'll need to get to the lessons, and it takes you to all the lessons we have ever written, so you can even look back in past years if you don't feel what we have this year is working for you. The lessons are there with links that you can click on the links, and it'll take you to a page that gives you ideas of how you can teach. We use a 3-year rotation of lessons in both Rock and Bold. So what that means is our kids are going through the Bible one time every 3 years. So as they grow up in church, going to Bold and Rock, they see all those important stories of faith that we teach them. Now, student lists I'm not providing to you in person this year in paper. Instead, they are actually on your phones. So we will talk a little bit about how to put the Shelby app on your phone, but that is the app that has every child that could be in your classroom, and their emergency information is right accessible there as well. You'll also use that app to take attendance. Now, when it comes to looking at your class list, if you pull up a class list, you're going to see every kid who belongs to our church who falls in that area. So K3 might be 30 kids. Well, no, you're not going to have 30 kids, don't worry, because not all of those kids are active here. They're on our rolls, they're in our books, they're part of our church, but sadly, we don't see them all. So I'm estimating, as I looked at your different classrooms, plan on 8 to 10 kids. I think that's a good number for most of you to plan on. Our junior high and senior high classes are a bit larger, but we don't do the crafts and art supply things that all of the younger classes do. So 8 to 10 is a good number until you get a feel for who will be there and who actually does show up. Class locations are going to be the same as last year. I was working really hard to find more teachers for our little kids, but we just weren't able to do so. So our ROC 2s and 3s will be together in the 3-year-old class, pre-K 4s and 5s right next door, and our kindergarten and first grade at the end of the hallway on the first floor. When it comes to grades 2 and 3, they'll be upstairs on the second floor. And of course, Trinity Place is for our junior high, senior high, and our tween arts class is in the old fellowship hall. On Wednesday nights for Bold, same as last year. The fellowship hall will be K3, junior high upstairs, senior high downstairs. So pretty simple. Hopefully we can start building more people to teach so we can go back to our regular classrooms, which not only makes it easier for all of you, but makes it a lot better for our kids as well. Don't forget we have 2 choir experiences for kids. On Sunday mornings, it will be for preschool through first grade, and it's actually built into your ROC program. So Miss Gretchen will come to your classroom. She's going to use the pre-K 4 and 5 classroom, and for 10 minutes, sing songs with your kids, and the time sequence is in your curriculum lesson plans for you. And it's a great time for the kids to have fun and sing about the lesson, and every once in a while, she'll take them into church to sing for traditional as well. With our Wednesday night program, K through 5 children's choir will be the same as last year, 6:15 to 6:45, which is just before Bold. So now it's time to learn how to take the attendance. Last year was our first year doing this, and we had a few bumps. We'll probably have a few bumps this year too because we're still learning this system, so thank you for your patience. But I think those that used it last year found it was pretty successful and very easy to use. So the first thing that you'll need to do, if you do not have the Shelby app on your phone, you need to install it. This app looks like this one right here. It's white with a blue cross in the center. It is different from the purple cross app, which is actually the one most of the members in our church use. The Shelby app, this one that we're giving you today, gives you an inside access so that you can do attendance, you can get details on kids that other people can't see. It'll be really helpful for you in a lot of ways. So you go to your app store on your phone and put in ShelbyNext/membership, and then at the domain enter Trinity Lutheran, and then select Forget Password and put in the email address that we, the church, use to email you. Whatever email address you get our mailers from is what you need to put in because that's how you're remembered in our system. That will give you a prompt via email. You can create your new password and you are good to go with the app. So every week, whether it's Bold or ROC, we're going to use this tool to take attendance. So one of the teachers will need to decide who's going to do that each time. And you just go in and you check off your kids, and we'll show you in a second how to do that. You also need to take yourself as part of attendance. So if you're not in the group, add yourself as a visitor and let me know because I want to have you in that group, so you just have to check off your name. It saves a lot of steps for the future. You can use this app to take attendance. That's how we pull it in for our system. But we also have given you charts in your classroom if you want to do the sticker charts with the kids to let them take attendance as well. A lot of the younger ones really like that and look forward to that. So as I said before, don't forget teachers and leaders, include yourself in that attendance because that's an important number we want to keep a hold of. So within the app itself, once you get installed into your phone, you just go into the Shelby Next app and it looks like this very first screen. And you click on the attendance checkmark, and that will bring up all of the different groups that are available for you to see. You're going to see only the groups that you're directly involved in. Mine has a lot more groups. You choose your class, for example, Bold Tweens, you select on that, and then when you get into the actual insides of it, you just select the kids that are there that day. And you can go back in and add visitors later on if they come later. If people aren't registered in our system, just put their name in as a visitor and it'll walk you through the whole process. As you know, keeping our children safe is one of our most important things at Trinity. And so we have a lot of processes in place that will help you make sure our kids stay safe. So the first thing is when you are teaching kids, we always want to have 2 approved adults per room. An approved adult is someone that has had all their clearances into us and has gone through our process to become an approved adult. So if you find yourself alone in a room with kids, come and let me know, text me so that we can try to solve that problem for you. It keeps you safe and it gives the kids that extra safety belt if somebody needs to run and get a first aid kit or whatever they might need to do. Now, sometimes you're going to need substitutes, so filling that 2 adult per room could be a little difficult. ROC, the way you are set up is you have teams of teachers that are in grade classes. Try to cover each other from within that because that's the groups that is familiar with the kids. They know their names, they know what's happening in the classroom. If you can't find a sub from within your group, let me know right away so I can start finding somebody that can go in and help out that week. When it comes to Bold, I tend to do the schedules for you because oftentimes our work days will change things suddenly for us. So I create the schedule. If you find out that you can't make it when you're scheduled, let me know and I'll work to bump things around and move that around. So finding a substitute is really important. And if you know you're going to be off, let us know in advance so we can try to get that covered. In the classrooms, we have some tools for you that will be posted. As parents register their kids in our program, it will tell us how they want their kids to be dismissed. Our younger levels, parents always pick up. Middle levels, parents have the choice. They can say, yeah, my second grader's old enough to go down and meet me at the main church, so we're going to do that. So I will post that in your classroom as we see those come in. We also have, if there's any photo limitations, kids that may not be pictures posted online, so please do not take photos of those students if that is the case. Food allergies will also be listed there, so you're aware if you bring in any snacks, you know what to stay away from. We also will have a poster with 3 QR codes that are specifically for you, the teacher. The first is the child protection policy, which is the policy that is on the tables at training and in our folders that you need to review and sign the covenant before you start teaching here with us this year. Very simple process, but we have that link in all your classrooms for you. The QR code also on that poster, there's one that will take you to an injury form. If a child gets injured in class, use the QR code to fill out the form and let us know. And also the final QR code is the suspected abuse form. If you feel somebody in your classroom is being abused in one way or another, and we'll talk about that in just a few minutes, this is the form that will take you to the links you need in order to report that. And remember, we are mandated reporters. So if you suspect abuse, you must report. And that leads us right into the required Pennsylvania state training. So I am required every year to remind you that you are a mandated reporter. That means if you suspect a child is in danger in any way, you are required by Pennsylvania state law to report it to the authorities. I am not the authority. Pastor Mike is not the authority. The state is the authority. So that QR code in your classroom and also in the binders is it will take you to the links you need, the phone numbers you need in order to make that report. This is the website if you want to look at it yourself from the presentation here, but that's the website where everything takes you to. So you need to understand what the signs of abuse are, because I'm sure most of us have never dealt with abused kids before. Thank the Lord. And let's hope that that doesn't start to happen. But we need to know what we're looking for. So there are different types of abuse, and I want to outline them for you today and let you know what you should be kind of keeping an eye out for. So physical abuse is obvious. There would be injuries, there would be bruises, maybe the child can't explain them, or maybe their explanation doesn't make sense. So those are things that might raise a red flag in your mind. Signs of sexual abuse. Now, obviously, signs of sexual abuse, a kid tells you that's the most obvious way. It's not going to be happening in our classroom, but if it's happening at home, what are some ways you might know? Well, if the child has some kind of sexual behavior or words or actions or playing that is not normal for the age and is sexual in nature, that's a clue. That's something to keep an eye on. Child that might have problems walking or trouble sitting or complains of genital pain could be a problem. A child that abuses other children could be a problem. All of those are red flags that we are required by law to report. So just keep an eye out for those types of things. Signs of emotional abuse. Emotional abuse, a child that's emotionally abused might socially withdraw, not want to be with other people. Now, of course, there's shy kids, so you can't just assume that that's what's happening. They might have headaches. They might have stomach aches. They might have delayed emotional development, loss of self-confidence, loss of self-esteem. So changes in behavior like that are things that might raise a red flag and have you pay a little bit closer attention. Like I said, not everything is black and white, so you just have to kind of pay attention and observe and report if you feel that child is in danger. Neglect is another form of abuse. A child that is poor in growth, poor in weight, poor hygiene, doesn't have the clothing or the physical supplies to take care of themselves. These types of things are signs there might be something wrong in the house and they might need a little help. And it's considered abuse. Remember, those of you working with older youth, we are required by law to report a youth who is physically, sexually, mentally abusing another youth. So working with teenagers, a lot of times teenagers confide in us. Just understand if they confide in you that they are abusing somebody or they have witnessed abuse or they have seen abuse, we must report it. So I know that's a very difficult position to be in, and I'm here to help you if you need it, but just know we're required by law to report all of these things. So, when does everything get started? Way too soon, right? I know, I can't believe it's fall. I definitely don't feel ready. But the first day of ROC is coming, my friends, and the first day is Sunday, September 11th. Classes will begin at 9:30, and we are doing a full class that day. So you have a full lesson plan for the day. Plan to have the kids for an hour. We are going to have snacks delivered to your classroom to celebrate the first day of Sunday school. We will also have the JJ Prayer Puppies in our 3-year-old classroom for the 2-year-olds. So if you have new 2-year-olds coming in, go ahead and give them one of the prayer puppies to welcome them to Sunday school. All of your 3-year-olds should have them if they were here last year. We will do 4th grade Bible presentations in worship. Whatever service that student attends, we will pull them up front and give them their big adult Bible, which is a wonderful tool. I love it. It's one of my favorite Bibles. And they'll be using that in their tween class on Sunday mornings, which is really great. As I said before, we'll have special snacks delivered to the rooms. There will be something happening downstairs, I'll tell you in a second, but all the food for the kids will be delivered to the classroom and part of your experience that day. Also, there will be cards with QR codes for parents. Sadly, a lot of parents don't remember to register their kids in advance. So you are so important to us, because when the parent drops their child off, there will be a card posted on the door. Please have them scan that and register their child, because that is where we get the important information on food allergies and dismissal procedures and so on. So please help us with that process. Remember to take attendance that first day. That's an important day, because if you get everybody that comes on that very first day, which is usually pretty strongly attended, then you kind of know what your class size could be each week as you plan for future weeks. And downstairs, that very first day, we will have a new employee reception, and that will have food and everything for people during ROC, but also before and after ROC. So as teachers, you can head down there before class or after class, meet our new employees, and have a little snack with friends. So the first day for Bold is going to be that next Wednesday, September 14th. And as always, we're starting with Trinolympics. So Annie Manning is putting together an incredible game night for us. She is the best at this. So we will have a fun time. We would like all leaders to be there so they can be with the kids and get to know their names and so on. We'll be meeting 6:30 to 7:45 that night, which is a different time than normal for Bold. But we want to be outside and take advantage of that sunlight as much as we can. We'll begin and end in the fellowship hall that night, but all of the games will be outdoors as long as the weather cooperates with us. We do have a rain plan, so if it rains, we'll just be inside. It'll still be fun. Regular Bold times from that point forward are going to be senior high, 5:30 to 7:15. That's our supper club. And our K through 8 groups will meet from 6:45 to 7:45 right after choir. And of course, our children's choirs Wednesdays from 6:15 to 6:45. So what do you need to do before September 11th, the first day of class? Well, the first thing is please read the Child Protection Covenant and sign it. So this QR code right here on the screen will take you right to it. I also have hard copies on the tables for those in-person training, and if you need a hard copy sent to you, please let me know and I'll get you one. But we need you to read the policy and then sign the virtual covenant saying that you agree to that policy. That's a very important step for our auditors. They need to see that. You also need to finish your clearances if you have not yet done so. Our child protection policy did change this year in the spring. So now our teachers and leaders who are up for renewal or coming to us new must have 3 clearances: the Childline Pennsylvania clearance, the Pennsylvania criminal clearance, and FBI fingerprinting clearance. So all 3 of those will need to be done for all new teachers or anyone that is renewing. And the only one that costs money is the FBI clearance, and it's $22. We will reimburse you if you bring us the receipt. The other thing that you have on your to-do list is to organize your classrooms. So Don did a great job cleaning them, but we did not take down any posters or any signs or any art because we don't want to take something down that's important to you. So please take some time to go in there, organize it, make it all your own, and get ready for the kids to come. Teachers, you'll want to get together in your teaching groups and create your teaching schedules. This is for ROC teachers. Bold, we already have a schedule for you. But take a moment to say, this weekend I'm away, this weekend I can be here, so we know that we have classrooms covered. It's always nice to have a classroom welcome sign at your door for the first day, something the kids can see. They know exactly where to go. It can be scary, confusing, crowded, so something that makes them feel welcome would be an awesome addition to your classroom. Also think about having a classroom covenant plan. So something that you can tell the kids on the first day, this is how we behave in this class. We raise our hands, we wait for other people to finish talking before we talk, different rules like that. So whatever you think is age appropriate for your class and your teachers all agree, make a poster, hang it up, and let that be your rules. Oftentimes for older kids, we have them create their own covenants so that they write it down the first day, they all sign it, and we display it up on the wall. So whatever you think works with your age group is fine with us. You also can talk with your class about an offering focus, whether you, the teaching group, picks it or you have the students pick it. Within the first couple weeks of ROC, you'll want to have an offering focus that we can collect money for. We want to teach the kids to give and help and serve others, and this is an excellent way to do it. At Bold, we collect offering inside the back lobby as people come, and we'll be collecting for the Rise Against Hunger event this year. Don't forget to check out the craft closet. We have lots of supplies in there and things that you can use to stock up your rooms or use for different crafts that you might be doing throughout the year. Take some time also to look over the lessons and let me know if you have any questions. Now's a great time to say, hey, Michelle, I don't quite get how this is going to work. That's what I'm here for, especially if you're a new teacher. I can walk you through how the class works, how you might want to handle discipline issues, and things like that. And the last request is a request from the Trinity staff on the app. Either app, actually, you can get into your profile. We'd love if you would upload a picture of yourself. Pick your favorite Facebook picture, a favorite selfie, and put a picture in there so that parents can know who the teachers are, teachers can start to get to know the parents, and all of us can get to know one another. We don't have a traditional pictorial directory. Virtually, this is what we're doing. So we could really use your help to take a moment and upload a photo. So that's all I have for you today. So if you have any questions, you know where to find me. Text me, call me, come and see me, email me. It doesn't matter. I'm here to serve. So thanks so much for being a part of our youth ministry at Trinity. We have amazing kids, amazing families, and amazing leaders. And I can't wait to get the year started. Have a great day.